What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the College Chronicles. It's your boy Nemo and my co-host
C-Mac.
Welcome back to the podcast where we talk about whatever we want.
All right, we got a special guest for y'all today. We have an actor from not only Harriet, Swagger, and Illinois Beach, Joshua T Shipman.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, fellas. Appreciate
No
it.
problem,
Appreciate it.
no problem, no problem. We got a segment. We do this every episode. It's called Ups and Downs. So we talk about our ups of the week and our downs from this past week.
Okay.
So we'll start with him first.
Okay. Dang. Put me on the spot. Ups and downs. Let me think. Ups and downs this week. Ups. I spent some time with family on this past Sunday. Had a good time with them. You know, I took my little cousins out. We
Where
were
y'all go?
riding around. We went to Wingstop and then to the mall and then to the movies. You know, it was just cool to spend some time with some family because I ain't spent time with them like that, you know, a while. But downs of this week. This week it went by pretty fast for it to be some downs. I ain't gonna lie.
It did.
I
It
ain't-
did.
I don't think I have any this week.
That's always good.
Like,
Excellent.
That's always good.
yeah.
I'll go next. Ups, we had an award ceremony for my girls' basketball team up here in Fayetteville. It went pretty well. A lot of people showed up. We had it at this chapel over there because it is a Christian school. But yeah, that went well. And a lot of people got an awards for it. It was like the winter ceremony. It was cool. My downs, I don't think I had any downs. This week went by super fast. I mean, I can't really complain, honestly. So I don't really have a down. What about you?
That's good.
I guess this past week, my ups, man, business is starting back up again. Getting into a lot of different projects. I just finished my second project so far in a week.
Okay.
Just working on commercial stuff. That's, so far that's been my ups. Downs, just, I wouldn't really call all the traveling I'm doing downs, but, that is the downside to this business.
Yeah.
A lot of traveling, a lot of spending time away from your family and stuff like that. So, or time that you would want to be available to your family. But, that's what comes with it,
Yeah, where's the farthest you ever had to travel for a job?
I want to say probably Florida.
Florida?
Yes,
Oh,
but a lot of times production will take care of travel expenses and everything.
Okay.
So they provide the flight and all that type of stuff. So
Okay.
thank God. I mean, now I have driven. Matter of fact, the end of last year, I drove to Orlando to be in a project.
Okay.
But it was a dope project, man, and hopefully it will come out soon. I heard it was supposed to come out in the spring. So, and it was a nice commercial. Can't really say much about it, but
Okay.
I sure was about to ask a question. I ain't gonna do it now.
yeah,
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into some questions.
sure.
What inspired you to start acting?
Man, well, since I was a little kid, I would be outside, big family, 3 boys, 6 girls, so, we kept each other entertained most of the time. But I would be outside, man, just kind of playing around. I just had this crazy, extravagant imagination. And I would mimic being in certain movies, I'd be outside. My dad had this ladder. I'm out here jumping off ladders, man, and doing all this crazy stuff. But what inspired me was looking at behind the scenes footage after you watch a movie. This was way back in Blockbuster days. I don't know if y'all, I'm 37 years old, so I'm kind of showing my age right now. So Blockbuster days, man, I remember just watching behind the scenes stuff, and I'm like, dude, I have to do this. This is what I'm going to do for my life. This is what I'm going to do for my career. And I just kept speaking it.
So you kind of like manifested the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way before I even knew what manifesting was, I was just saying, like, look, I'm gonna be an actor. I would tell my brothers and my sisters. I would tell everybody. They're like, all right, yeah, sure, we're gonna be astronauts. Not saying that they doubted me, but when you tell somebody you're gonna be something that's outside of the norm, they, people tend to dismiss it.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't
true.
See it, especially if
That's
you don't
true.
see it around you. Which, I'm nothing negative to them.
Yeah.
It's just that we come from a small town.
Yeah.
And, these things aren't prevalent around small towns.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought about that kind of world, but it just seems like you have to be so. What's the word? I don't know. You just have to be so locked in. I guess like.
Oh, for sure.
Like you ever had a moment where it was like you was really screwed up?
Oh yeah, man. Even back before. Now, I have two funny stories, but before I give the actual moment on set, back when I was doing theater at UNCP, shout out to UNCP by the way. I was on stage. I was doing the Crucible, and I played the character of John Proctor. So
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
And man, I had so many pages of dialogue. I think I had like 80 some
That's
pages
a big
of dialogue.
book.
And now this is theater, so you cannot stop. You
Wait.
cannot stop the show.
You mean you were like it was like a theater show, 80 pages?
Oh yeah.
How long did you have to memorize that?
Man, I almost starved myself, man, going over this stuff. Like trying to memorize all this stuff. I think I almost dehydrated myself trying to learn this stuff, man.
That's crazy.
But it worked.
That's how you know it's a passion, because regular people.
80 pages.
80 some pages.
I can't even what I ate last night.
And that's not straight English. That's
Oh yeah.
So you have to speak how they spoke back then. Now the funny part about that, where I messed up, was I was on stage and I was supposed to give the 10 Commandments because they were questioning John Proctor about his business or whatever. So I'm on stage and I literally forgot. My mind went blank, and I'm up here on stage. I'm trying not to panic. I'm not gonna panic, and I kind of paced back and forth, and then it came to me.
Okay.
So
you kind of saved
nobody in the crowd knew that I forgot my lines at that point. They were like, "You forgot your lines?" Because after stage, I was like, "Y'all do know I just forgot my lines, right?" They were like, "You forgot your lines?" They was like, "Yeah." But the way that I played it off, you could never. You would
so
never
the people
tell.
in the back didn't even know, like.
No.
So you just started pacing back and forth?
I started pacing back and forth.
I wouldn't even thought to do that.
I'd have been like, line?
Right. Because conviction, John Proctor was being convicted of something very serious.
Yeah.
So in the moment, he's being questioned about, he's telling people, he's a God-fearing man. So so they're questioning, okay, so tell us the 10 Commandments. And now John Proctor really didn't know the 10 Commandments, but he's heard of them before.
Yeah.
But it played in my favor because I forgot. So I'm in my conviction right now, and I'm in my head, and that's when it came to me. But second time, I was on set, but I had a lot going on. To my justification, I had so much going on in my personal life that I got on set, and I kid you not, the way the script was written, I don't know who wrote this thing, but it was a commercial script, and I had a lead part in it. I could not get this one line. It took almost an hour to get this one line right, and it was when they were doing my close-up. When they were doing my close-up, I was like, I could not get this line right. I'm seeing people beyond, the cameras and stuff, like,
this guy.
I'm seeing it, but I can't just stop and be like. So after lunch, man, and I got, and I think it was because I didn't have anything to eat that morning either. So it's like my body was running on E. So my mind wasn't even working yet, but they don't want to hear that excuse. Time is money. So we gotta get this stuff right. But it everything was done. We put it together and it looked great.
Hey, at least it all worked out.
Right.
It's like these is mess ups, but like it ain't really like
right.
You ain't dropped the ball. You know what I mean?
Nobody walked. The producer, director didn't walk out. Nothing.
These weren't even bad. These still make me like.
That'll make me want to stop.
Oh.
That'll make me want to stop.
I got another question. So, what was like the first role that you got that made you think like, I'm really doing this acting thing, like I'm really in this business now?
Man, my very first professional gig was modeling for City Trends. That was my very first opportunity, and it was a shot in the dark, man, because it was a casting that I saw on, like I think it was on Facebook or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that's how I used to find. I was my own agent
Facebook?
for like 5 years before I actually got signed by anybody. So I was just finding work on my own, and most of the time I found it on Facebook. A lot of castings would post on there, and then people would give me other sites like I think it was called the Southern Casting Call, and I would find all these different commercials, all this stuff. So I submitted my pictures, And back then, I didn't even like taking pictures. It was like profile stuff, like back in MySpace days. You know what I mean? So I grabbed some pictures off of there, sent it to them. It was kind of a delayed response because I think they were going through some things with production. They reached out to me, and I did that for like 3 years straight, man. Some of the easiest money I've ever made. Easy money.
Easy
like,
jobs.
Just posing for them to take pictures in different clothes. Man, I'm talking about I would leave with a check in my hand for like $500 for like a couple hours.
That's not bad.
Easy money, man.
That's not bad.
But and they do this every other week. So do the math on that for 3 years. Every other week, $500.
Oh, so this was a consistent.
3 years straight.
Just pictures.
But my very first, so when I did that, that same production company gave me an opportunity to do a commercial. Now I don't know if you've ever heard of Car City.
Car City?
Car City, yeah. They're all over. I think they're in Myrtle Beach. There's one right there in Whiteville. They're all over the place, but it's a car lot. And they were like, hey, you want to do a commercial? I'm like, sure. Car City was my very first commercial. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm on the right track. I just got to keep going at this point.
Yeah.
That was it.
So I got a question. So
Sure.
what was your reaction when you booked Harriet?
Oh, man. Dude, it's still surreal to this day because I booked Harriet after we had like 2 of the worst hurricanes. That was the crazy part.
Yeah, man.
So, and I don't know if it was after Matt. What was the other one? It was Matthew.
Matthew,
and
Katrina, was that one? No,
that's
that one.
New Orleans.
How about my fault?
Thank God we didn't have that one.
Yeah, that one. That's what's the other one?
Dang, what's
It
the
was
name?
Matthew and it was another one.
I know it was, Matthew was first. I know that.
Okay, so the second one.
Okay.
The one right after that. So,
I
That's
can't
gonna
think of the
stress me
name of
out.
it. I promise you. It's like I'm sitting here trying to think of the name. I can't do it.
yeah, so dude, like when I
Oh,
say
I remember it's Florence.
yes, so after
Oh,
Florence,
I wouldn't have got that.
Florence was the one that just sat over us and dumped water for like weeks straight, and it flooded out everything. It was like we were on an island at that point. Because Florence just set over the Carolinas and it just dumped rain for like 2 weeks straight. So Harriet, I almost passed up this opportunity. Let me show you how crazy life works, right? Let me show you how God works, first and foremost. I literally almost passed up that opportunity because I was on the road traveling with friends, and I was helping my friend drive because his wife at the time was pregnant. So I was, and I wanted to ride along. So I wanted to go to Atlanta I think they were going to visit some family members. So we got there, we were tired, and I'm like, I got this notification that I had an audition. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to just relax. I was tired, but something was like, do it. So me and my homeboy, we set up some lights, and they had his family had a nice crib. So we found it was like a theater room area or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice crib. So, so we found some home lighting, man, and it worked because my scene was running through the night. So I was, my initial audition was one of Harriet's brothers.
Okay.
And I had one line that I was gonna have to say. I forgot the line, I forgot what it was, but so anyway, did that, we sent it in. I'm like, all right, man, it's a shot in the dark, major feature film. I'm like, I doubted myself at this point because I was like, to me, in my mind, I wasn't ready for that yet, in my mind. Couple weeks went by, right after Florence, I get a notification, callback for undisclosed feature film. I was like, wait a minute, huh? So I'm looking at my website, and I'm like, callback. So I go into it, lo and behold, it's a callback for Harriet. So they were like, can you get to Virginia around this date? I was like, well, right now we're flooded in. So they actually allowed me to wait. They pushed it back. And when I could get out, bro, I was up 95, bro. I was gone. Soon as the roads cleared up, I was gone, man. And I got to Virginia, and shout out to Erica Arvold, amazing casting director. She does a lot of major projects, LA, all over the place. So I got to Virginia, and she gave me all these different characters. I was like, oh man. So she was like, I want you to read all of these characters. I want you to read for them. So she said, take 15 minutes, go out in the lobby. So I did that. Come back in, read for all of them, bounced out. Got back on the road, got home. 2 weeks later, I started getting some emails. You're in high consideration for this character. You're in high consideration for this character. You're in high consideration for that character. Long story short, everything dwindled down to me booking the role of Philadelphia Vendor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I seen that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that movie a couple times.
Yeah.
So when it's the scene where she first gets to Philly, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm her first point of contact when she gets to the free world, which was Philadelphia. And that scene ended up being on one of the most influential scenes of the movie on, I think it was Hollywood Reporter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was dope.
Oh, wow.
That's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't imagine like, actually, going out for something like that and then
Yeah.
that call back. I'd probably like.
It's
scream.
surreal, man. And a special moment from that, walking out, when they walked me out from my trailer, they call it the honey wagon.
Okay.
So, all actors have their own trailer and stuff. So from them walking me out my trailer to, because I only shot one day. So walking me out from my trailer to the set it just flashback just like that. After, like I said, seeing those behind the scenes, you're watching these big cranes moving the cameras on set. You see all these lights. They transformed a part of Richmond, Virginia, downtown Richmond. They transformed it to look like the 1800s. It was mind blowing, man.
That's
Still
crazy.
surreal to this day.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I know they shot one in Fairmont before. Like
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I forgot what movie that is, but
Arthur Newman, my professor at UNCP was in that. He was
Oh, really?
He was one of the Holden Hanson. Holden Hanson. He was one of the people who believed in me, and he saw my talent when I was doing theater at UNCP. He was like, "I want to introduce you to my agent," but we never got around to that because God has His own plans. Had His own plans for me. You know what I mean? So
we were just talking about that last episode.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So how do you be like preparing yourself for your roles? Like,
I try to make sure.
sorry for the technical difficulties, but let's just hop back right back into it. So I asked you before, how do you prepare for a role?
So my preparation is probably different for every project that I work on, depending on the severity of it. If I'm playing a major role in a feature film or something like that, just making sure that I understand, each scene, making sure I understand my lines, making sure I'm understanding why I'm saying this, why I'm saying that. Just basically making sure if your lines are down, that's pretty much the foundation of it. So if you got your lines down, you can pretty much, in your mind, you can, how you're gonna play it, how you're gonna go about it, and let the director do his job. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a commercial, if I don't have a lot of lines, just making sure I know my lines, making sure I get enough sleep, especially if I have a long drive. If I know I'm gonna be on set all day, I definitely got to make sure I got, get all my sleep in, get, hydrated, make sure I eat, so your body can work properly on set. You know what I mean? So.
What's your favorite role you ever booked? Like something that kind of resembles you a little bit.
Oh man, that's a good question. I would say it was an independent film. It was it was an independent short film that I'm working on right now. Matter of fact, I have to go back to Chesapeake, Virginia this weekend to finish up a short film that I'm working on. And the reason why I say this is probably my favorite role because it's not only one of the most challenging roles I've had so far, but it also helps me open up to different levels that I know I can kind of tap into as an actor. So, and as far as me, I'm a very, this character is a very complex person. I consider myself a very complex person. So me doing this role, it challenges me a little bit. And that's what helps me really get into it because I'm playing something that it does align with who I am. You know what I'm saying? Can't really say too much about it, but yeah. So, but it does align with who I am as a person.
Okay.
That's a great question though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought about if I ever were to go into acting, the whole method acting. I don't understand how people do that.
Yeah.
getting really deep into character. Like I've seen so many stories about
Man,
actors
Heath
being
Ledger.
displeased. Yeah.
Heath Ledger, man, he was one of those. They say Denzel is too, method actor. He, you could be on set talking to him like before the cameras even roll, before they even get y'all on set. He'll be in character because, and I feel like that does help a lot because you want to be able to tell the most truthful character, description. You don't want anything to look fake when you're on camera because when you're on camera, you're magnified like by this. So anything that the audience sees, like he's not really feeling that.
Yeah.
He's not really feeling what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? They can see it. It's plain as day. So I don't really think I'm a method actor. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I heard that like Heath Ledger, what he would do, or somebody, I don't know if this was him, so don't quote me on it. Somebody, what they would do is they would lock themselves in dark rooms for hours on a day. No eating or anything. They would just lock themselves and sit in a dark room to really bring out that dark side of the character. That's when you're really going into your psyche.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
You
if I
hurt
want to mess
yourself
around in
doing
my
that.
psyche.
So
like
you could
that.
change the person that you are doing something like that. I'd be,
I don't know if I want to mess around with my mind like that. You know what I mean? Because some people don't come out of that.
Yeah.
You know? So, unfortunately, I think he struggled to come out of that, unfortunately. So, it's hard, man. It's so many levels to this game. And, everybody's preparation is different.
He deserves his flowers for sure. You know, we both comic book fans, so that whole Joker performance, everybody talking about it.
It's one of the best in history.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is going to top that.
I'm about to say, I think it is the he is
I don't know
best
if
Joker
anybody else is going
performance.
to top that one.
His variety too,
Yeah.
like of different genres of movies. I don't know if you heard his other stuff, but man, he got a catalog for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure, man.
So, being an actor, right? You have like any dream collaborations with any producers or directors that you want to get into?
Oh yeah, man. I would love to work with. I mean, dude, any big time person is doing it. Actor wise, of course, man. I mean, hopefully God allow me to see working with somebody like Denzel. You know what I'm saying, before he hangs his hat up. You know what I mean? Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith, anybody. Lawrence, even people like Lawrence Fishburne, Samuel Jackson, Halle Berry, man, Regina King, Lena Waithe, just all of the big dogs in the game, man. It from producer wise, Scorsese.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Michael Bay. Anybody who is known for amazing stuff. I would love to be able to work with these people. I'm speaking it right now as we sit here. I'm speaking that into existence.
You ever thought about going into voice acting?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do voiceover work.
Okay.
You're right. Voice acting is a little different. I would love to. I mean, if I could, and I feel like that's somewhere in my journey.
Yeah.
It may not be now. It may be about 10 years down the road, but I do feel like when I learn myself more as an artist, I feel like I can definitely do it. Yeah.
That's like the only form of acting I think I can do.
Voice acting?
Yeah. I feel like I can like manipulate my voice, but my facial expressions, nah.
But you know what's so crazy? What I learned about voiceover work is the only difference is just you're not on camera. You really have to embody that character with your voice, not only your voice, not only with your physical, you still have to, because they can hear that across the speakers. When you really embody it, they can hear that. So whenever you're doing like animations and stuff like that, man, who knows how long, who knows how many times they have to say one line, because you really have to, they really got to feel it. Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. If you could act in any genre or time period, where you would like to?
Genre, I would love to do an original horror film. Something like a Jason or like the original ones. I would love to do something like that. I feel like I could,
all those movies got that token black guy. Super
And
athletic.
that's exactly who I would probably be.
Super athletic, super
Oh.
dumb.
I would.
But
be
I can
that.
see him being like a character from Get Out or Us, like one of those.
Oh
type.
yeah,
Oh
man.
my
The dude,
God,
with the dude that was brainwashed, the first dude.
Yeah,
Andre Haysbert.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name?
From
His real name.
oh.
Lakeith Stanfield. Yeah.
I'm on it today with
Amazing.
I'm on it today, man. I don't know.
Like that's another dude I look up to as actor, man. That dude has so many.
Yeah,
His
he's
range is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching Lakeith Stanfield for like I knew him way before I knew of Michael B. Jordan and stuff like that. I knew who Lakeith Stanfield was before like the world caught on to him.
Man, Atlanta, that show it.
Yeah.
If y'all ain't never seen that, y'all definitely gotta tune in to Atlanta. That's a great show,
But
man.
yeah, he's a great actor though. Yeah.
All right. What's a hidden like talent or hobby that you have that you don't really like go around expressing to people?
A hidden talent. I feel like I do weird voices, man. Like when I'm playing around with my son, I do like weird stuff. You know, I do like little, creepy voices and all this weird stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To kind of scare him. So yeah, I would say that it's definitely a talent because I can switch my voice and I've even answered on the phone with certain people call me and they would hang up because they thought they had the wrong number. So I don't really flex that, but I mean it's something that'll come whenever.
You feel like you got one?
Talent.
I want to know this answer.
I don't think I have one for you. I don't think I have one for you. A hidden talent? Nah.
He ain't got one. He probably got one.
Hey, man.
Yeah, we all.
Everybody got
Hey
one.
man, when certain songs come on, I can hit a little note. Yeah,
He love
nah.
Alicia Keys.
Yeah, we like when Alicia Keys come on. Ooh.
There you go.
Don't give me
hey,
nah.
listen, man. That what you might think is small, telling you, man, people have honed into it and changed their lives. Crazy.
I need to join the choir.
No, thank you. But hey, what about any hobbies though? Like any hobbies that you have that you?
Man, I'm an adventurous person first and foremost. Like I love doing a lot of stuff, man. Whether it's like sports here and there, like I'll go, play basketball with my son. We'll we'll play football. We'll play video games. We'll play.
He like everything.
Yeah, I snorkeling. That was one of my biggest fears, and I faced that.
That's
Like,
scary.
on a whim.
Snore.
Yeah.
Like it was like spontaneous.
Yeah, like but I didn't know. See what happened? I went to Mexico and I booked. I was just so excited to be there because I just got my passport. Yeah. And I booked all these excursions, not knowing that these were water excursions. And I'm like, so I'm thinking we about to just be cruising on a boat. Yeah. Man, they drove us offshore and they gave us the equipment. So I'm thinking we about to just stand up in like a little foot of water or something and put our heads in it. Man, they drove us like a mile offshore and said, all right, get out.
Oh, they made everybody get out?
Everybody. They made us get off the boat. I was like, hold on. What? Man, I'm seeing all the. I'm seeing everybody just jump off the boat. Little kids jumping off the boat. I said, man, come on. So, and we had our life vest on and everything too. But dude, I'm telling you, man, that was one of the scariest, but one of the most beautiful moments in my life, man. That's when I knew that I wasn't scared of anything.
So how was the water like? Was it?
Beautiful, man. It's clear, crystal clear water. It's so clear you can't tell how deep it is until you actually jump in it.
Oh,
like it looks like you could see the bottom.
Yeah, we used to go to Myrtle.
Oh,
nah, brother,
you can't see past like
you
right
can't
here.
even see your feet in dirty water.
Man, listen, it was mind blowing, man. Honestly, like into be able to look in the water and you're swimming with the fish or you're swimming with the turtles. And everybody's like, you ain't think about sharks? Like that was the last thing on my mind, honestly. I was trying not to drown.
Yeah, you don't think about that stuff in the moment. That's
the way my mind worked. Boy, I would have been
like,
got out.
The crazy thing was, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. And it's funny because I used to be terrified of the water. I used to be terrified of the water like that. And then, because I didn't really, we kind of taught ourselves how to swim growing up.
Yeah.
So going snorkeling, now it's like I want to do it every time I go to a different place now, I want to go snorkeling, but
Yeah. So we're gonna get into another segment.
Okay.
So we do this segment called Song of the Week.
Okay.
So, what song has been on replay for you this week? Like you find yourself going on your phone, you're like, oh, let me play this again. Like, can't get it out my head.
You know what's crazy, man? I really don't listen to a lot of music like that unless I'm traveling.
Mm.
But I will say, it's probably a song that a lot of people. It's probably an artist. It's an up-and-coming artist right now, matter of fact, and they don't really know him like that. I don't think. But yeah, I can't even pronounce his name really. It's like one of those it's like one of them undiscovered artists.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't really have a lot of favorite songs like that, man. Surprisingly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Me, I ain't gonna lie, it's been old school this week, so
Okay.
I think I'm gonna.
Throwing it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit. Let me give you, say Teddy Pendergrass, like
Okay.
My God.
Love TKL.
I was talking about. Ooh, what would you know about Love TKO?
What's that song?
know about
That song been on
Yeah,
replay in my car.
That's right.
Man, no,
Hey.
really, that's like I
Hey.
got different playlists for like different kind of vibes.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Man, but yeah, you gotta have that Teddy Pendergrass.
I promise you, that's
Luther
my
Vandross
old school
kind of
playlist
vibe.
right now.
Okay.
That's what's been on repeat. People
Okay.
get in my car like, can you play some regular music? Not today. Not today.
Hey, that's good. That's good riding music.
Yeah,
though.
it
Good
is.
road
sorry.
music, man.
For real.
That's true.
For me, this week, it's been like a lot more like a Pierre Bourne, Lil Uzi kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just been how I've been feeling this week. Last week was kind of like that Pooh Shot music. But this week it's that more kind of laid back kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Not doing too much.
Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm like I said, man. I really don't like. I listen to the radio.
That's surprising to hear because everybody these days are music heads.
Mhm.
Like especially me. Like I'll be in the bed with my headphones on. Like.
Wow.
Like yeah, or like I have my Alexa just playing in the back.
Okay.
Like last year I had like 50,000 minutes of music to listen to.
Dude, I probably don't even have a fraction of that.
That's great.
Like I listen to everything off of YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we're gonna finish up with one more segment. This is the newest segment we just added. It's called C-Mac's Big Question.
Okay.
So my question for the week. Drum roll. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would you pick?
Man, I'd say my father, who passed away like 7 years ago, man, because I would just want to know how he felt about everything that I'm doing in life right now.
They'd be
With my
proud.
son, with my career, yeah. Cause my dad, he was one of those guys, man. He was always proud. He was always proud of what I was doing, whether it was school, whether it was like he was always proud of what I was doing. He always showed the fact that he was proud of what I'm doing. My dad was very quiet, but he always let me know that he was proud of everything that I was doing.
All it takes is one person that support.
Yeah. Oh, my whole family supported me, by the way.
Yeah.
Like my whole family, they love the fact that, hey man, I took this chance to do something that's unheard of from where we're from.
Yeah.
Small, yeah. I'm definitely that guy who stepped outside of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not many people
Out of
from
all of us.
his area that you can be like, he did this. Like you got somebody that you can be like, look up. Yeah, last episode we was talking about people, not many people to look up to.
Right.
And so it's good to have people like you that we
Thank
can
you,
be
man.
like
Appreciate that.
looking up to and like for me, dang, that's a hard question. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, low key Michael Jackson.
I knew somebody was gonna say.
Michael Jackson, I love low key. It's like been listening to Michael Jackson since I was little. Bro. Like my whole family be putting. Anytime we like can't find something to play, we don't know what we want to listen to.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like I want to see how he felt about being. How you gonna feel now about being described as such an icon now? Like he's just the greatest artist of all time in like
Right.
most people's opinions.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like, yeah, that's what I conversate with him about.
Okay.
For me, I would say either not David Hasselhoff. I don't know why that's coming to mind. what's this man's name?
Interesting.
Either Harrison Ford or dang, I just had this guy. Oh, Anthony Bourdain. That's my inspiration
Okay.
for everything. Like, especially with this show we got now.
Mm-hmm.
No Reservations. That show where he travel around the world and eat different food and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
On CNN.
yeah.
Hey man, sadly he died. He committed suicide. But man,
Oh,
you never know
man.
what people have going on. But he was really an
Right.
inspiration. He was an author. Man, he wrote books. Had his own kitchens and stuff in New York. Traveling the world, eating crazy food. Man.
Probably lonely, man.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lonely life. I will say that about this industry, man. It can be. It's important to have a lot of family around you or people who just really support you as a person beyond the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Because it does get lonely. Because first and foremost, you're doing something very different. Also, when you're traveling a lot, traveling a lot, and you're not around your tribe. You're not around people that you know. So it's like you don't know who to really trust and stuff like that. So it gets hard.
Yeah.
So I can see why, I can see why people really do kind of go out the way. Hopefully it wasn't because of loneliness, but that's what happens a lot when it comes to like suicide and stuff. Yeah.
On a more positive note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up today. We appreciate you coming
Hey
on the
man,
show.
thank
today,
y'all, man. Appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate
It
you
was been
coming
great.
on.
This was a great interview. Appreciate it.
Our time on the show is coming to a close. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see or hear about.
Oh yes. Also, you can follow me on all social media. Joshua T Shipman. Joshua T Shipman. SHIPMAN. That's Instagram and Facebook.